Okay, so I decided to read the Bible and I could not even get through the first book of Genesis without being like, I need to talk about this. So here begins my um, series of me recapping the Bible for you. We start off heavy. They really come in swinging, saying that women suck and they are destined to suffer and they need to obey men. Obviously, we all know that this comes from Adam and Eve. She sucks because she picked the apple, whatever, but they lost me as quickly as they got me. I immediately felt like this book isn't for me, but I'm going to keep going. It is the most famous book in the world, so I'm going to give it a chance. Next, we kind of brush over how mankind was created. It goes by really fast, and I just feel like there's more explanation needed. Also, they're saying that everybody's like 900 years old. I tried to figure out why this was, what this meant. Couldn't find an explanation. If you know why everybody is 900 years old in the Bible, please tell me. I think the story of Noah's Ark is hilarious when I'm actually reading it from the Bible itself. I can't believe that God created all these people. Like, he really did his work and then was like, actually, I messed this up. Like, you guys are bad. You're sick. You're twisted. I need to just start over. So I'm just going to flood it. And Noah, you're like, okay, so I'm going to let you stick around and you can be responsible for it. But then pretty much immediately following Noah's Ark, Noah discovers how to make wine. Thank you. Love that. But he gets wasted. Noah gets blackout drunk and passes out naked. And something that doesn't make sense to me, and I'm realizing that there's like not a lot of explanations in the Bible, is that he gets drunk and his son comes and finds him passed out naked and goes and gets his brothers. His brothers come and like don't look at Noah but cover him up, and the next morning Noah's like, Canaan, you're a little, and I'm gonna curse you and all of your descendants forever because you embarrassed me. And I'm like, that's a classic case of projection. Noah needs to like go to therapy or something, because cursing your son because you got drunk and passed out naked, tale as old as time. I'm going to go over this quickly. They talk about circumcision. It needs to be on the 8th day after the child's born, whatever. I don't get why that's an agreement between man and God. I don't understand why that's significant to the relationship, is male genital mutilation. We should have left that behind. That's archaic. I can't believe it's still a common practice. I get it, but it just doesn't make a lick of sense. Okay. Also, something that's hilarious that God does is just like change people's names. So now we have Abraham and Sarah, but originally their names were Abram and Sarai, and God just comes in and is like, I actually don't like your names. Your names are Abraham and Sarah now. I'm changing them, and I hope you learn to live with it. Very funny. Then he comes to Abraham and Sarah and is like, you guys need to have a kid. I know that you're old, but I need you to have a kid right now. And Sarah even laughs at him and she's like, God, I'm truly a bag of bones. I can't breastfeed. Won't he do it? They had Isaac. Now we kind of diverge to another story that I don't understand, which is that similar to Noah's Ark, there's a town full of evil people, blah, blah, blah. God wants to kill him, but he saves Lot. Lot and his family go to a mountain, and both of his daughters are like, we need to preserve our lineage, so we're gonna get our dad really drunk and we're gonna lay with him. And 2 nights in a row, they sleep with their dad, and then they get pregnant by their dad. And then like, we sort of don't follow that story. Maybe we'll come back to it later on. Like I said, I'm only halfway through book 1, so there's more to come, but I don't understand. God didn't come to them and say, like, you need to sleep with your dad. I don't get it. Can't believe people love this book. Enough said. My favorite thing that is very funny is that, so basically Abraham goes into a town and is like, Sarah is so hot that people are going to kill me if they think that she's my wife in order to get with her. Sarah, original baddie down. And God goes to Abraham and is like, bro, you cannot keep telling people that Sarah is your sister. Like, they keep trying to sleep with her, and I'm going to have to smite them because they're trying to lay with another man's wife. Please stop telling people. And he's like, Abraham, like, low-key checks God and is like, actually, she is my sister. She's my half-sister. So while she's my wife, she's also my sister, so I didn't lie. And God is like, touche, real, just stop saying it, please. I don't want it. And then something that's weird is that Abraham and Sarah's son, Isaac, ends up marrying, I spelled her name wrong, ends up marrying this girl named Rebecca. Same thing. Isaac goes into a town and is like, Rebecca's my sister. And even the guy that he tells this to is like, she's obviously not your sister. Like, you're not acting like brother and sister. I don't know why that was a common thing, but I find it very, very funny. And the last thing is Abraham sacrificing Isaac. I can't really get into it, but I'm like, are we in the mob? Like, God is acting about loyalty like Teresa Giudice. I don't understand why he's putting people through these tests to prove how loyal they are. Very weird behavior. Very jealous. I guess he is a jealous God. So that's my recap of part 1 of Genesis. I'll come back with part 2. This is my Bible study. I hope you liked it. Okay. XOXO.